Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a model launched at Baselworld 2016. This is the Rolex Cellini Date. 39 millimeters in white gold with blue rayon guilloche dial. The timepiece is Rolex's notion of a modern dress watch. So it measures 39 millimeters in diameter by 12.7 millimeters thick, a short 45.2 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, and a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs for this reference 50519. Throwing it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see it wears easily and comfortably and handsomely. It's a good match for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference because you can really see it comes nowhere near the edge of my wrist. Proportionally, it looks great. It is a unisex option. It is low enough with a domed bezel to slide underneath the cuff, but you have a nice sense of substance because the solid case back adds weight compared to a display case back. Gold simply weighs more than sapphire. The strap is a large rectangular scale alligator leather, black, semi-gloss finish, monotone stitch, folded edge, some bolstering, and then calfskin on the bottom. You can see this is a factory Rolex strap in brand new condition with a rare sight on a modern Rolex watch, a matching Rolex white gold pin buckle. Rolling around the case, it's simple. Blended lugs and relatively narrow tapered lug profiles. The case band itself has a little bit of a bowl-like contour, and the case back is stepped in to make the watch look thinner than it is when it's on the wrist. There is coining all the way around the bezel. The bezel is actually two-element. There's the coined profile and then the domed profile. And we have a screw-down crown with no crown guards. The watch is 50 meters water resistant, which is good for a dress watch, as they tend to be 20 to 30 meters water resistant. Sapphire crystal, blue guilloche dial. As you can see, there are two scales. One is a scale for minutes and seconds, read inside of sort of well or a trench that runs all the way around the dial, interrupted only by a second sunken track for the date. You can see there's a mini rayon guilloche inside there, and then there are polished chapterings inner and outer to add a little bit of a luxury ambiance to that feature. Now, the watch includes an unusual date setting mechanism for a Rolex, as a bit like some Panerai models, we have a time zone system where I can actually jump the hour independently forward or backwards. I'm not interrupting the minutes, I'm not stopping the seconds, but what I can do here is I can actually adjust the date forward or backwards using that time zone jumper. And if I do pull the crown out all the way, now I activate hacking or stop seconds. Let me just make sure I get the hack. And now I can set the watch so that it synchronizes to a reference time. It's important to note that this watch is mechanically very similar, though not identical, to other Rolex watches. So this is caliber 3165. It has that unusual time zone function, and underneath the polished solid case back, it is automatic winding with bidirectional action, 48-hour power reserve, 4 Hz beat rate, 31 joules, and it features a full balance bridge with a free-sprung index for shock tolerance, a handmade Breguet overcoil hairspring that beats concentrically in any position, so the watch keeps good time with respect to gravity, and that's in any position. It also has the parachrom blue anti-magnetic alloy on that hairspring. It is blue oxidized niobium zirconium, making this watch highly anti-magnetic. All of that, and Rolex adjusts the watch after chronometer certification, so it does get the certification on the bare movement, but it then inserts the movement, tests it in 6 positions, not 5, and it tests that the watch will run no worse than -2 + 2 seconds per day. So that is their basis for that term superlative chronometer. Though it's not written on the dial, the watch is tested to that standard. In other words, lots to love. All Rolex inside and out. It even uses Rolex's own shock protection system, Paraflex, and lubricants developed specifically for this watch in-house by Rolex. So Rolex making the dial, the case, the movement, and even shock protection and lubricants used in the movement. Rolex is fully self-sufficient. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.